Hi, three, Mrs. Mather here. Hope you are well and that you enjoy working at home. So I'm here to tell you about what we're going to be doing in maths this week. So for the first 2 days, we're going to be looking at money, and you're going to be adding money and ordering money. And then on the second day, you're going to be timesing and dividing by 10 and 100. Remember, when we times or multiply by 10, we move the numbers 1 decimal place to the left, and when we divide by 10, we move the numbers 1 decimal place to the right. Some of you may like to try doing this by 100. So if you're timesing by 100, you will move the numbers 2 decimal places to the left. And if you are dividing by 100, you will move the numbers 2 places to the right. Okay, then the next 3 days, we're going to be looking at measuring. And we're going to be looking at measuring in meters, centimeters, and millimeters. On the third day, you are going to be converting millimeters to centimeters and millimeters. So remember that there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. And then the next 2 days, so the 4th and the 5th day in the week, you are going to be working and measuring perimeters. Okay, so I'm going to show you a PowerPoint about perimeter. So I'm just going to share a PowerPoint with you. Okay, so you can see here that we're going to understand, measure and calculate perimeter. You can see a book on the right hand side, the Magic Frog. And I want you to think about, if you measured the distance all the way around the outside of the book, what do you think that distance would be? And what would you measure it in? Would you measure it in meters, centimeters, or millimeters? So we can see that the ant is travelling all around the book. So the ant is going around the perimeter of the book. And that's what we measure 2D shapes. When we measure the outside of them, we measure the perimeter. So let's see how we can measure the perimeter. So the most accurate way is to measure each of the sides using a ruler. So we can see here that the ruler, the 0 is right on the edge of the book here. And then we read the scale and we can see that the top of the book measures 12, and it is 12 centimetres. We're measuring in centimetres. So the top is 12 centimetres. Then we can measure the left-hand side. So we've got the 0, the edge of the ruler here, at the edge of the book, and we read down the scale and we can see that it measures 10 centimetres. So the left-hand side of the book is 10 centimetres. Then we can measure the bottom. We can see that the edge of the ruler, the 0, is at the edge of the ruler. We look along and it is 12 centimetres. So the bottom of the book is 12 centimetres long. And then the right-hand side, the edge of the ruler, the 0, is at the edge of the book, and we read down the scale and we can see that the right-hand side of the book measures 10 centimetres. So now all we have to do is add the 4 lengths together. So we're going to add 12, add 10, add 12, and add 10. So the 2 10s are for the right and the left, and the 2 12s for the top and the bottom. So can you see an easy way that you could add those numbers. There's lots of different ways, but which way would you choose? I think the way that I would choose is that I would add the tens first and then the ones. So I would add 10, 20, 30, 40, that's 40 centimetres, and then I'd add the one, so we've got 2, add 2, which is 4, so I'd add 40, add 4, which equals 44 centimetres. If you had to think about a different way that works for you, that's great, well done. So let's have a look at the next slide, and this is the unhappy apple. So let's have a look at how we can measure the perimeter of this. So if we look at the top, we can see again the 0 at the beginning of the book, and this time we can see that it is 14 centimetres long at the top, and that the left hand side, you can see, we read down the scale, is 8 centimetres. So if we have a look, we can see that this is a regular shape, and we can see that the top side is going to be the same length as the bottom, and the left hand side is going to be the same as the right hand side. So do we need to measure the other two sides, or can we work out what they are already? So what do you think the bottom will be? Well done if you said that you thought it would be 14 centimetres. And what do you think the right hand side will be? Well done if you thought that it was going to be 8 centimetres. So the bottom and the top are the same, and the left and the right measurements are the same. So what we can do, we can add the top and the left hand measurement, so 14, add 8, and then we can double the answer. So 14 add 8 centimetres equals 22 centimetres. So then all we have to do is double 22 centimetres. Remember, when we double, we either add the number to itself, so we add 22 at 22, or we times the number by 2, 22 times 2. So if we double 22, our answer is 44. So the perimeter of the book, The Unhappy Apple, is 44 centimetres. Remember, the perimeter is the distance all the way round. So here we have a picture of a bedroom. So I wonder if you could have a think and think how you might measure your bedroom. What would you use? Would you measure it in millimetres, centimetres, or metres? Just have a think. Well done if you said metres or metres and centimetres. Hopefully now you'll be able to have a go at the work that is set, and also maybe you could have a go at measuring your bedroom. So enjoy the work for this week, and I will see you next week. Bye, you threes.